Is it really possible to make 1, maybe 2% per day with an automated crypto trading bot like is introduced by Dan Hollings and the plan? Well, all I'm going to tell you about is my personal experience. Dan has tens of thousands of students worldwide that have a lot of different successes and so on. But I'm going to show you what has happened with my accounts and the good and the bad. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial guru or anything like that. I'm just going to show you what my accounts have done, and then you can decide whether it's right for you. I'll talk about the good and the bad, and then you can look at more of Dan Hollings and the plan for what they actually work for. So I'm going to put up a real quick disclaimer on the screen that this is not financial advice. You can lose all your money in crypto. There's a lot of things you have to be aware of, and then we'll get into what my bots have done. So see you in there. All right, so now that we've got that out of the way, what is the plan? Uh, In simple terms, the plan is an automatic crypto trading bot system that allows you to put your money into a program and let it do hundreds of trades for you per day. It just makes a little bit of money with each trade, whether the market's going up or down. That's the way it's built. It's called a grid bot. Now, if you don't know anything about crypto, about where to buy it, where to, how to send your money in, how to get started, that is how the plan is set up so that you can get walked through all of those things. How to make your first purchase, how to get on exchanges where, you have to buy your coins and stuff like that, how to connect the software that does the trading for you, and the setup of all of the, parameters that you have to put in to get the bot started. Now, the key to what Dan teaches in the plan is that you really are supposed to just leave it alone. This isn't meant for you to learn how to be a trader, or buy cryptos low and hope that they shoot to the moon. This is really about just buying a good solid coin and watch it do this, and you make profit whether it's going up or down. It's why it's called the wiggle. So that's the basics of it. If you want to learn more about it, he has a little PDF that he wrote up called the Wiggle Factor that kind of talks about his journey of how the plan got started and everything. I'll put a link below this video to that PDF. If the plan is closed because it's not open all the time, and you're watching this video, that link might not go anywhere. Just FYI. But what I'm sure you want to know is what's my personal experience with it. So I'm just going to show you a couple of screenshots. I'm going to talk about what you're seeing in those screenshots, and what the numbers mean, all the decisions that you do and don't have to make, and how this work, and then you can decide whether the plan is right for you. Okay, you're looking at a screenshot of what's called Bitsgap. Bitsgap is just simply a software program that allows you to set up the grid bot. And this up top is what we call the grid bot. You see there's a bunch of lines and then all these little dots. And I'll kind of explain what each setting is so you kind of understand what is happening plus my results. So every one of these little dots is a buy and sell order. The bot is set up so that it always buys just a little bit of crypto in whatever coin pair you have. And you don't need to understand what a coin pair is and all that. They're down there, but you'll understand that when you take the program. And then sell it for a little bit higher. So every green is a buy, and then a little red dot you'll see above it is the sell. So a little bit of green, a little bit of red. you're not talking, you know, uh 10, 15, 20, $1,000. You're talking 25, 30 cents on each of these buy and sell orders. So it's not making huge profits, but as you can see, this is the 27th to the 28th. Here, there are hundreds of transactions in there. In fact, if we look down here, you can see this bot has only been running for about 4 days and has already done this many transactions. Again, this one's been running for 12 days and it's done this many transactions. So you can see how many trades actually are made every day automated by this bot. So this one has only been set up, like I said, one for 4 days, one for 12 days, but I just wanted to show the point. So our sum bot profit, okay, this one doesn't have much in it, just a couple $100, okay? But you can see we've made 21%, that $151 over the course of, 12 days on this one and 4 days on this one, which isn't a long time, but you can see that we're averaging about 2% on our money per day. Okay. Now, 4 days isn't a very long time frame, neither is 12 days, but it's still a pretty good return. Now, we have the question people always ask is, are there fees? Yes, there are fees. Every time you make 25 cents, they're going to take 5 cents for a fee. So the software, the exchange makes, gets paid a lot, but you can see of our $151 dollars in profit, we actually kept 128 of it. So yeah, we paid some in fees, but uh, that's just part of doing business. I'm going to show you another screenshot of some different coin pairs that have run for different amounts of time that had more money in them. Just because I don't want you to get the idea that it always is going to make 2%. That's great. And sometimes they do really well. But that's not the case. And Dan Hollings and the plan, they never guarantee, oh, you're going to make this much or that much, because everybody's coin pairs and how much money they put in and when they start, the wiggle will have an effect on how much percentage you make. But the way the software runs is it doesn't take a trade unless it can, make that 25 cents. So that way you don't lose money, because it's not trying to, short the market. And maybe some terms you don't understand. It's meant that every one of these little trades is just a little bit of profit, and that's the way it's set up. I'm going to show you another screenshot. Okay, sorry, this screenshot's a little bit blurry. I didn't take it in a high enough resolution, unfortunately. You can see these different uh, coin pairs over here. So this is one of the things that they're going to teach you in here. You're going to see some of these have been running a little longer, just over 2 weeks, 15 days. And you can see there's quite a significant difference in, how much they've made. This one has only averaged about 0.7% a day. This one has averaged only 0.4% a day, but this one down here has averaged 1.65, and our others averaged around 2% a day. What that has to do with is how many fluctuations are happening with that particular coin. And some coins fluctuate a lot and some do not. And that's just one of the things why when you start the plan, Dan has you set it up in demo mode so that you can, basically use play money, so that you're not risking anything and just see how it works. Set up your own grid lines, set up, what your different coin pairs are to see which ones are wiggling more, and which one's going to make you the most profit. So you can see this bot has, $12,000 in it, and in 2 weeks has made 1,100 in profit. It's actually got a lot more total profit, because even with our fees taken out, some of these coins have gone up fairly well, which has added to our profit. So the bot is going to make profit whether a coin's going up or down, but because it does all those micro transactions every day. So what we really want is we want our bot going up and down. We don't want a moonshot, type, because there's not as many transactions happening. We want it to be doing this, which a lot of cryptos do, and especially there's certain times of the year and stuff where it does that more often. So all of this stuff has been practiced by Dan for the last 3 years. Putting this bot together over and just doing tens of thousands of these transactions to see what is the best parameter to set and forget. And that's why he calls it the do nothing plan. Is all of these bots, the screenshot kind of cut them off, but they're taking profit without you doing anything. It's sitting in that grid that you set up with a few clicks of a button, and then it just takes the trades all day long because that's what the software does. So as you can see, I haven't had my bots set up super long. Um, I have friends that have been doing this for 6, 7 months, and they've made tens of thousands of dollars. There's some of the people, if you watch the webinar, that are featured because they got into it earlier than I did. They're the ones that actually introduced me to it. And their bots have been running for months and months and months. And it usually comes to average, what I've noticed is somewhere between, closer to maybe to this 0.75 to 1% per day than maybe that 2%. But some people have managed to sustain that 2% over, months at a time, which is kind of amazing. It just kind of depends on which bot or which coin pair they chose. So those are my results. Nothing astronomical, like it didn't turn $12,000 into $50,000, but it did turn, a profit of, 1,100 on an $11,000 investment and turned it into 1,200, which is pretty cool for doing nothing over just a couple of week period. So if that's of interest to you, I will put a link below. If the plan is open to where you can, register for one of those webinars or something. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put them below, or, send me a message. I'm happy to tell you about what's going on with my bots recently, and everything if you see this video down the road. And feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about it. Thanks for watching.